How do you know if she likes you? The subtle signs if she likes you. Hello guys, my name is Stef, I'm a dating coach, and today I'm gonna talk to you about how can you see if a girl likes you or not? Because oftentimes women, they give like a lot of mixed signals and then we're going to doubt. We just met this beautiful woman in a coffee shop or on the beach and we're like, okay, does she like me or not? I'm not really certain. Did she like my friend more? She just want to be friends? She was just interested in my business story, or is she really looking forward to maybe become intimate with me? I mean, it's not always very clear, and I have to say, women can be very confusing. They communicate in a very different way than we men. So this video, I will give you a little bit of tips on how to recognize if she still likes you or not. Because most men, in my experience, they don't really know how to analyze if she likes you, and they miss a lot of missed chances. Oftentimes they go for a woman that actually doesn't like them, and also vice versa. When a woman really likes them, they don't really notice and they just walk away. So, a few points. First of all, most of the time if you're still interacting with a woman, and I'm not saying to text, I'm saying to in real life, when you just approach somebody in a bar or something and she's still standing next to you, it's a sign she likes you. Even though she's maybe sometimes a little bit cold, but then you have to recognize as well, like, if it's like real cold or is it like cold just to try to diss you a little bit, to see like, okay, this guy is gonna run off or not. So this is important. But if she's still with you, I always say the same, and the hotter the girl, the more correct this is. If you're in a nightclub or in a bar, in a coffee place, and she's still talking to you guys, it means that she's interested in whatever way possible. So we're leaning to the positive side, not to the negative side. Another thing is as well, I think that the typical things we all know, right? She's playing with her hair, she's putting her hair on one side of the neck, she's giving her naked neck to you, her legs are crossed, maybe she's looking in your eyes a little bit longer, she's asking logical questions, like how old you are, where you're from. Like for example, when you approach a girl and the question comes how old you are or where do you live or where you're from, then you know, bam, you have that first important interest. They will never ask questions like that if there's no initial interest. And even though, you know, this question is like, nobody really cares, right? Like how old you are, what is, what is. It's just, for her, it's a sign of interest. So remember that. If she's asking you, what is your name? Or how old you are, or where you live, or where you're from, then you know, bam, the logical boring question is there. She's initially interested in you. Another one that is also really cool, and this is more advanced, but this is when you're in a group setting with, let's say, 4 or 5 people, maybe even more, and you're sitting around the table, for example, or you're standing in a bar, and somebody makes a joke, and the girl that you're interested in, you will know who she likes the most in that group when she will look at the person when somebody made a joke. So person X makes a joke, and then the girl will look at the guy who she likes the most, even though he didn't make the joke. Play with this. Check around. Next time you're in a group, somebody makes a joke, look at where the hottest girl is looking at, and you know, like, oh, interesting, she's most attracted to this guy. Guy didn't even give any value to the joke. So that's super interesting to notice. So there are a lot of little things. There are like a lot of subtleties. Sometimes girls will touch you a little bit, especially like in bars, or they will turn their back to you, for example, try to ignore you, but then in the other way also try to get your attention, or they will talk, let's say they will talk to your friend even a bit more as well. You're in a three-way conversation and they will talk to your friend. All these little things happen, especially like in the beginning when you get to know somebody, when there's no certainty, because for her, it's very vulnerable to put herself on the line, to say, hey, hi, okay, you approach me, yeah, I like you. I like you and I want to continue meeting you, and I'm full in. Women will barely ever do that because they're very vulnerable. Like back in the day, they're not physically as strong as us, so they need different strategies to defend themselves. And this is the way they have this whole psychology built on how to flirt, but still from a very safe place. So it's for us to lead them to notice the little subtleties that they actually like us and that they're interested. And from their point of view, if a man doesn't recognize those subtle things, they will just say, okay, this is not the man for me. He doesn't see it. He's not strong enough. He's not courageous enough. He just doesn't get it. So for them, there is a logical choice to, okay, this guy doesn't get it, I'm gonna keep continuing. So they need that strategy, that playful is the thing that sometimes can be very frustrating for us as well. To, oh no. And for men, yeah, we have to notice, and that's why we have to play to win. So these, I always share like a few little things. Oftentimes they will shit test you a lot as well. They will maybe something say, oh no, we're just gonna be friends, or I don't date men from a different city, or I don't date older men, or I don't date men who are entrepreneurs, or oh, you probably talk to all the girls like that. So all these things that she will say, or just test things, and actually signs that she likes it, she's interested, and that it's for you as a man to overcome those. Don't explain yourself, don't become the logical part, just make a joke out of it. So for example, if she says, oh, you probably talk to all the girls, and then you just say as a joke, yeah, but only to the beautiful ones, and then boom, instantly you take the lead and you change the conversation. The way to overcome shit test is not by explaining yourself in a logical way. The way to overcome shit test is to make it funny, logical, and then move the conversation forward. She doesn't want to see you explaining yourself. She wants to see how you handle if somebody's trying to project a reality onto you that you don't like. That's it. She's just giving like a little test. Bam, is he gonna fail or not? Like, let me see how this guy is gonna react to something that I say if I'm giving an objection. And that's just the simple way it is. And the biggest players, I'll say, the best men in dating that I've ever met are masters at overcoming these little shit tests. And they're everywhere, basically. Oftentimes I had this friend, right? Just a normal guy, he's a marketeer, he has a good job, and he's not very good in dating, he's very shy, and he's introverted, he's sitting behind the computer a lot, and he was seeing this girl, and this girl was the second date, and he was completely in his head. He doesn't understand anything about this world of psychology or women, how to communicate with them. He's a Hollywood guy. I meet somebody, we fall in love, and then the rest of the life we are happy. Like, the relationship will always be amazing, nothing will happen. I hope you like this video. Check out my website. You can sign up for a free discovery call, and then we talk one-on-one. I see what's up with you, how I can help you to fix your dating life, and then we keep moving forward. Enjoy your day, legends. So yeah, it's a little bit sad, so I'm always trying to give him some feedback because he doesn't get it at all. But it's completely fine because we're all on our own journey. But he was seeing this girl a second date, and she told him, I'm not over my ex-boyfriend. We should just stay friends. And that exactly is a shit test. And he would just say, okay, and then he would respect the decision, he would just walk off. But that in itself is a shit test. Because you can also play with it. You can say, listen, I see that you're not over your boyfriend, but let's just have fun, let's go with it. It's going to be amazing, and then you just keep continuing. Because in there, true, it can also be a fact that she's really not her boyfriend, but also that she's just communicating like, you're not masculine enough for me. You're not a guy that I want to date now. But the fact that she's still with you is still an opportunity for you to flip the frame and show that you're that masculine person. So by giving you that test, I'm not over my boyfriend, you can flip it. I know you're not over a boyfriend, but I'm probably 10 times better. Yeah, you should not date me, because with me life is going to be very boring. You have no idea how boring it's going to be. We're going to travel a lot and eat in the best restaurants, and I'm going to tickle your feet all the time. You make a laugh, and then instantly the frame is different. Because women don't decide from a logical frame of view, they decide from emotion. Anyway, I can keep talking this for hours and hours and give you multiple examples. Some of this part of these videos are for beginners, some for intermediate, and some for advanced. Sometimes you will say like, oh shit, I don't agree with this. Yeah, well, that is possible. It always depends where you're coming from. Because the last example I gave you, for example, is something when I was in the beginning, intermediate state, I would be like, oh yeah, this is not correct. But then I became super good at it and advanced at it. I was like noticing, interesting. Interesting how some lessons come back and then you actually see it completely different. So also the things that I say are my truth, my reality. This is what I teach my clients and people around me. But they're not always true. I also make mistakes sometimes, and I also have insights that are sometimes incorrect or coming from my own frame of view. But I can say I coached a few hundred men one-on-one. I've been helping a lot of people all over the world, different cultures, different languages, and I know after 12, 13, 14 years doing this stuff, I kind of understand the most basic things, the fundamentals, but oftentimes, I also have a wrong insight, because dating and the communication psychology between men and women is so complicated in a way. There's so many things playing: sub-communication, verbal communication, body language. There's the hormonal cycle. There are things happening in our lives. Maybe we didn't sleep well. Maybe we are just maybe we are ovulating as well. It's also a big one. And we as men as well, maybe a little bit stressed. Maybe whatever. So many magical things are happening. I always say we're all connected in this very mysterious way that we don't see with our naked eye, because we're cosmetically blind basically. So don't judge me. Don't judge yourself. Question everything that I say, play with it as well, try to reflect on previous experiences, and just understand that this is a journey and there is no single one truth. There are many truths, and in the end, the only goal is that you, if you're not satisfied with your dating life, you can find and build the dating life you always wanted, just by going out there, talking to women, learning, keep iterating, and eventually dating the woman of your dreams. My name is Stef. I hope you like this video. Check out my website. You can sign up for a free discovery call, and then we talk one-on-one. I see what's up with you, how I can help you to fix your dating life, and then we keep moving forward. Enjoy your day, legends.